Hi, I'm Armando Costa. I'm with DellEMC. We're here at SC19. I'm with Bill Magro from Intel. Bill, nice to be with you. I'm so happy to be here and talking with you. What we're hearing a lot about is this convergence of AI, data analytics. Can you give us some thoughts on what you're hearing and what customers are telling you?
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge trend in HPC. And when we talk about convergence of HPC, AI, and analytics, it really is about the convergence of the workloads onto common platforms and the workflows that consist of simulation and modeling, which has been the traditional thing we've done on HPC systems, and now bringing in AI techniques, bringing in analytics techniques to help the science go faster, the engineering go faster. And so it's not just AI is becoming, or not just AI and analytics as workloads that can benefit from high-performance infrastructure, but it's also AI and analytics actually becoming key parts of the workflow to accelerate the science.
No, I agree with it. I mean, when you look at this, when you look at AI, data analytics, it's about the data flow. It's still about the data. And really what we hear from data scientists and data engineers is they really don't care about the underlying infrastructure. What they want to make sure is that it works, it's optimized, and you give me the tool sets I need. So let's talk about another subject here. So when I talk to customers, what we typically hear is that, hey, if I want to do AI data analytics, I don't have an AI team. My HPC team gets the first shot at trying to make it work within our organization or within our company. Are you hearing the same thing from your customers, and any thoughts on why?
To a certain extent, yeah. I think AI is becoming a mandate in pretty much every organization. So some organizations are standing up standalone AI teams, and they're, as you said, they don't really care about infrastructure, and oftentimes they're not taking advantage of all the learnings that have existed in HPC over decades of development to support simulation and modeling. So oftentimes these organizations will start up, and then over time they discover that the HPC folks have something to offer. And I heard a joke the other day which actually made me smile, which is, what does an HPC person call big data?
Right. Data, right.
So doing analytics and dealing with large data sets is nothing new. What's really new is what you said before, is the expectations and not caring about the infrastructure. So analytics and AI users are used to the infrastructure just happening, whereas HPC users are familiar with traditional scheduling. So a lot of the work is in the resource manager to seamlessly bring these environments together and make them interoperate.
Right, and let's focus on that key point, because when we talk to our HPC customers, they're very tied to their job scheduler, right? If they use Slurm, they want to use Slurm, and they want to use Slurm no matter what. And I know Intel has done some work on your end to make it easier to integrate data analytics workloads and AI workloads. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Well, yeah, it's certainly work with Intel, but it's also work Intel and Dell are doing together. As you said, people have preferences for workload managers, whether it be Slurm, PBS, Pro, LSF, Grid Engine. So all these workload managers are evolving, or tools are evolving around them to make it possible to bring these two worlds together.
Right.
I think long term we're going to see new resource description languages emerge to create true interoperability, but in the meantime there's ways to create solutions that get going today, and that's where Dell and Intel are really collaborating to make it happen for our customers.
No, I agree, and I'm glad we're doing this work, because we've heard this 2 to 3 years ago. HPC was still very siloed, but now what we're seeing today is that customers are going to have to start thinking about this, right? And one example, when we're talking to the business owners, what they always talk about is, give me the best total cost of ownership, and give me the lowest barrier to entry. And so I think that's where a lot of our work is coming in, and really try to help customers solve that pain.
Well, and the interesting thing is it's certainly about cost and total cost of ownership. It's also ultimately about the capabilities and the performance. So in a data-centric world, you win by minimizing data movement. The data's getting bigger, so we have to bring the right compute to the data instead of the other way around. So if you're thinking of deploying a dedicated analytics infrastructure, dedicated AI infrastructure, dedicated HPC infrastructure, you're not only causing data movement when you bring these techniques together, you're actually siloing your resources, which causes it to be harder to A, achieve utilization, and B, flex the resources to the workload at hand. So this whole concept of a converged architecture makes total sense to our customers.
Yeah, and so let me ask you this, what do you see happening in the next 2 to 3 years? Can you kind of give us some insight there, some foresight of what you think it's going to look like?
Well, I think the recent innovations in AI techniques and showing that it's feasible to solve hard problems has just triggered essentially an arms race in compute power, in storage solutions, in data generation, and in new techniques and new application areas. So we're seeing this explosion of innovation around AI. So you're going to see certain areas of science going much, much faster, because people are selectively bringing AI in situ to replace simulation when it makes sense. You're going to see predictions of what simulations are going to give before the simulation's finished, so you can start taking action before you get the confirmation, right? Be ready for an answer.
It's all about that better insight, right?
Right, exactly. So you take climate modeling, weather modeling. If I could actually give you a certain percentage chance that a hurricane will make landfall and do it 10 hours earlier than confirming it, I have a chance to get ready people for that and get them to evacuate, save lives. There's just a tremendous amount that's going to come from the AI integration, and it all comes back to happening in situ on a converged platform.
Yeah, no, great points, Bill. Once again, we're here at SC19. I'm here with Bill Magro from Intel. We're excited. If you'd like to learn more, please go to dell.com/HPC. We'd love to tell you about what we're doing. Have a great SC19, and thank you for your time today.